Like it or not, but you need to be practicing self-care in your career, in your job search, and in your daily lifestyle. You need to be protecting your mental health and being aware of how you are feeling and not keeping your feelings up in a bottle and waiting for it to explode, because believe you me, it will explode. If we haven't already met, I'm Melanie, a former recruiter turned career coach, helping you find your purpose and passion and turn it into a profitable, heart-centered career. Hit that like button if you think self-care needs to cost money or time and you're just like, I don't have that, so I'm not going to do self-care. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so that you can be notified when new videos drop weekly. Now I know what you're probably thinking, well, I didn't have time to practice self-care. I also used to say that, and I'm a mom to a very busy toddler, I'm a wife, I run a home and a business, so I also could use that excuse. But one thing I do know is that I've learned a very hard lesson in life, and self-care is important. It is there so that you can protect your mental health, and you work really hard. So you need to make sure that you are protecting your mental health because, like I always say to my clients, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So how do you fill your cup? Self-care. Self-care also doesn't need to cost money. You don't even need to leave your house to do self-care. Self-care is basically doing anything that you enjoy, that relaxes you, that doesn't stress you out, that you can do in the comfort of your home. I do suggest that you get away from your computer though, and maybe put up the music in the lounge and do a dance or just listen to some music on your earphones or bake or go for a walk or read a book or listen to a podcast or watch a YouTube video. Just make sure that it is something that you enjoy doing and that relaxes you because self-care is all about relaxing you, helping you take your mind off what's stressing you out, and especially when it comes to job searching. I know I get a lot of clients saying to me, I don't have time to take off from my job search to practice self-care, but you have to be doing that. It's part of the whole mindset procedure. If your mindset is off, you're not going to see the results that you want in your job search. And I'm always speaking about that. You need to be practicing that self-care so that you keep your mind positive, you keep your cup full, so that when it comes to your job search, you are giving your absolute everything and you're not letting anything stop you. Practicing self-care is almost like hitting reset or recharge. It's recharging your batteries and resetting your mind. It is a habit that you need to get into so that you don't have this. Self care is almost like pushing the reset button of your life or your mind or recharging your batteries. It doesn't need to take up a whole day, it doesn't even need to take up an hour. It can take 10 minutes of your time where it's just you. You go somewhere quiet, you can go to your garden, you can go walk in the road, or do a run. The key that I want to emphasize is the fact that you need to be doing self-care. You need to be taking care of your mental health, regardless of how busy you are. I have a client who hardly has any time for herself, but yet she still dedicates 5 minutes of her day to doing something that she enjoys, where she gets to take a break, read an article, go for a run, take a break, and relax. Self-care doesn't have to cost money, but if you have extra cash, why not? Go for coffee, take yourself for a pedicure, go for a massage, something small, but something that you can reward yourself with. Today, I also want to give you a list of some healthy habits that you can also implement that are also considered self-care. So the first one is drinking water. Water hydrates us, it refreshes us, and it is so good for our bodies. So that is definitely a self-care act that you can do. Another one is, and this is maybe more for the evenings, is taking a long hot bath, just relaxing, switching off, and not really worrying about anything. Another big distraction, and this is probably the biggest tip that you're going to get today, is take a break from social media. Social media is great, it's fun, but it can also be so overwhelming. You even can give yourself some screen time break because really when we are constantly attached to our phones, our life almost revolves around our phones and it's not a good thing. So give yourself a break from social media, give yourself a screen time break. Just take that time to do nothing. Sit and try not to think about anything. Close your eyes, do some deep breathing. If you believe in meditation, do that. Don't scroll on social media and think, oh, that person is doing great and I'm not doing great. Another tip that I really love is get moving. And if you're not an exercise person, it doesn't mean you have to go to the gym or go and do sit-ups or push-ups. You could get moving by doing some dancing. For me lately, it's been Mamma Mia 2. I've been putting that on and dancing like a mad person in my lounge. And my husband thinks I'm crazy, but it is great fun and it just refreshes my mind. And the music just revs me up and gets me excited and ready for the rest of the day. And the last one that I want to give you is spend some time in nature, just listening to the birds, looking at the flowers, smelling some of the flowers, looking at the sky, the clouds, and just taking in that appreciation for everything that you have and just spending some time in the quiet outside world, because that is like literally so heartwarming. I love sitting in the garden listening to the sounds of the birds and the trees, the wind, the rain. I don't sit in the rain, but I enjoy listening to the rain. So also take some time to sit outside and enjoy the peace and the tranquility of outside. I want to reiterate that self-care is necessary for you to succeed in life. It's not a choice, it's not a luxury, it is a necessity. You have to be doing self-care. So if you're not doing self-care or you're making up excuses, stop making those excuses and start setting a date for yourself and saying, even if you start with 5 minutes once a week because you're too busy for any other time, but be consistent with those 5 minutes and decide on this day for 5 minutes I'm going to do this and do it. It only has to be 5 minutes a week. And then gradually build up and say, okay, 10 minutes next week. You don't have to go and spend a whole hour a day waiting to do something self-care. No. And you also don't have to wait till you're on leave to practice self-care. So go and do something, pick an activity that you love doing and just start doing it, and start small, but be consistent. Make sure you're getting that self-care. Make sure you're refreshing your mind. Make sure you're looking after your mental health, because if you don't, you will lead to burnout and you don't want to go there. Trust me, I know, I've been there. So look after yourself, look after your body, and you will see the results in your job search. You will see the results in your life. You'll see the results in every area of your life, even in your social life and your family life. So make sure you're taking time to do this. It's really important. I cannot emphasize it enough. If you know of a friend who really needs to hear this, share the link with them and give back to that person, because that is also an act of self-care. Hope you have a great day.